Hey guys, so I just watched this movie called Annihilation.
You're not even recording.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are.
So I just watched this movie. It had Padme in it, and Poe Dameron, and blonde lady.
You said to watch Overlord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should we watch that now or later?
Whatever you want, Chiefy.
I'd have to say it's pretty weird. What do you think?
Reads.
Alright, I hope this works, because if not, then I'm going to have to film this video twice, and I'm going to be really upset. Hey guys, welcome back to CinemaSteen. Today I'm going to be talking about the 2018 film Annihilation. So, coming into this movie, all I really knew was that it had Natalie Portman in it, a bunch of other females, and it was going to be like... I was really expecting one of those, like, really pushy movies with the all-female cast, like the all-female Ghostbusters, like, you know, stuff that like really pushes it out there that they're women, and so then it just makes women look bad, which it kind of did, but kind of not really. It was also really good. There were some things about the movie I didn't like. There were some things that I did. How they portrayed women, I felt like it made me look stupid. I mean, I know I wasn't in the movie, but like as a woman, I felt embarrassed at some points. But overall, the movie was pretty good, but I will get into that. So, like I said, it's got Natalie Portman, it's got Oscar Isaac, the guy who plays Poe Dameron, yeah. Tessa Thompson, yes. That's about all I can name. Everyone else was just like, eh. Oh wait, no, it has Gina Rodriguez. I think that's her name. I don't know why I'm pointing at you, but I was expecting like kind of a all-female cast, kind of like space adventure thing, but I didn't really get that completely. Like I got kind of the female thing, and then I got kind of like the space thing, except it wasn't in space. It was weird, but like I said, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. So I'm gonna start off talking about the characters. Like I said earlier, I felt like some of the characters were really annoying, and it made me as a woman, like I felt like it made me look bad, and I will explain why. So there was one point in the movie where like you can clearly, like you saw what happened, and you can clearly tell that something's up. Like that's not supposed to happen. That is unnatural. And the girl goes, "That's just a trick of the light." And I was like, oh. But yeah, it was just like some of the ways like they just acted too like stereotypical of women. And then like I was watching it, and like, you know, I was kind of hoping it would be like, I can't talk. So I was watching the movie, and I was kind of hoping it would be like not. So I was watching the movie, and I was kind of wanting the women to be more like kind of badass kind of vibe going on, but they were really like not. And they were all really different in their own ways, but then like some of the stuff that the characters did and said, like it really was like, it was really stereotypical of women, and so then it just made me feel like, oh well, I guess that's true. I guess I am just emotional. I mean, I am, but sorry, I don't know if this is making any sense, but once I get the video all together, we'll make it work. Oh, one more thing about making women look bad. So, not really a big spoiler. Not really a big spoiler, but like one of the girls like cheats on her husband, and so it's like, gee, just yeah, women, we are stupid and we cheat. That's all we do. So overall, made us look really bad. So in my notes here, I have Natalie Portman did a great job. It was a weird role for Tessa Thompson, because, you know, I was used to seeing her as like Valkyrie and like, you know, kind of like a badass and stuff, but she was like kind of like a little mousy. And she was just really odd. I mean, it was interesting to see her like that, but it was like really not normal for her. The other note that I have here is it says all the other characters were eh. Anyways, on to the special effects. I thought that the movie had way too much CGI in it, but that's also what made the movie really good at the same time. Like, at some parts, it really took away from the movie, because you were just like, oh yeah, this big CGI thing just happened. But then at some points, like, it was done really well, and so you're like, dude, this big CGI thing just happened. So it was like, you had like the eh, and then you had like the, I'm sorry, I probably look so stupid. But yeah, there was one scene at the end of the movie that was like really good CGI. Really liked it. It was like, and you were just like, I figured if I couldn't put things into words, I could just like move and you could understand. But yeah, and regarding the plot, this movie really kind of blew my mind. It did start off kind of slow, but as you watched it, you just had to put the pieces together, which, like, yeah, that's kind of how movies work, Christine. But, like, I don't know, the way it did it, it was, like, really slow. And so, you were here, and then you, like, got this piece of information, and then you went here, and you were, like, got this one. You got here, and then at the end, it just all made sense. But not really. It didn't really make sense. The ending was actually really confusing. I'm going to get to that. But yeah, so the movie was confusing, but not too confusing. Like, you understood what was going on, but then it was also, as I found out later, the movie is a metaphor. So I read this article, which I will put in the description of this video, and it really helped kind of explain the movie a little bit more. Like, because I watched it and I was like, I have no idea what I just watched. I mean, I did, but I was like confused. I was like, what does this mean? I don't understand. But then I read the article and it cleared a lot of things up for me. One thing that it specifically mentioned was that movies don't always need to have an ending. Like, that sometimes it's just art and it's just that, and you just leave it as that, and you just leave it up for interpretation. And I know I really struggle with stuff like that, especially with like The Invisible Man, because I wanted some type of closure, but then my boyfriend was like, hey, you don't always need to get that in movies. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'm not going to listen to you. But, you know, he was right. I should listen to him. I like how this lighting works, because you can't see my double chin. It's just like shadow. Well, anyways, so the movie ends, and you're just kind of like, what the heck? I have no idea what happened. But in the article, it was talking about how, like I just said, movies can have different interpretations, and like sometimes like a movie is literally just a movie. It doesn't need a sequel. Just like how Joker does not need a sequel. And so if they give it one, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. So I thought the movie was about self-destruction. In the article, it kind of talks about like what other people thought it was about. One person thought it was about marriage, which that also makes sense considering like certain things that come up in the movie. But not really spoiling anything. Like, I feel like if I tell you this, it will help you decipher the movie a little bit more, so that's why I'm telling you this. But if you don't want to know what the metaphor is, then no, I'll tell you what the metaphor at the end of the video, after the bloopers, because I know I'm going to have bloopers, because I'm really doing bad right now. But yeah, basically, after reading this article, it made me like the movie a whole lot more, because I like understood it. Because sometimes, you know, you just watch it for the first time and you don't really get it. That's how I was with Midsummer. I watched it and I was like, that was weird. And then I read an article about it and I was like, that's still weird, but like I get it now. Overall, this movie was pretty good. It was really trippy and weird because like I don't want to spoil things, but it was like, as I mentioned earlier, this movie kind of reminded me of like Midsummer. Kind of like, not, I mean, like, Midsummer's much better in my opinion. I guess, like, I really especially just like the way Midsummer is filmed. But with this, it's like, had kind of like the same, not same vibe, no, let me think. Like I said, this movie was really like similar to Midsummer in the way that it was like, had a really weird ending to it, and like you couldn't really figure out the story. This one, you really couldn't figure out the story. But like Midsummer, if you paid more attention, or if you were more like focused, you probably could have, but I wasn't. Like, there was just too much going on. My small brain couldn't handle it. This movie also reminded me of Mother, which that movie is also a metaphor, so if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend that you check it out. Like, it's like a religious metaphor, and so that's pretty cool if you're like into religion stuff. So definitely recommend that out. It's like a horror movie. It's not like really scary. It's really cool, really awesome. I really like it. Anyways, I am going to give this movie a CinemaSteen score of a 7.6 out of 10, which, for the record, before I read the article, it was at a 7.2. But the article made me like this movie a lot more. Which I know, like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but like compared to other movies on my list, it's pretty decent. I can't. Hey guys, welcome back to CinemaSteen. So today I'm Hey guys. Alright. There was something I did. I don't know what to say. Did it stop my... Oh, we're good. We're good. Wait, are we good? Well, anyways... thank you... Okay, so now that the bloopers are done, I'm going to explain what the metaphor was. The metaphor, like the movie, was a metaphor for cancer, which I saw that in the article and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. But then I was like, wait, I've also never had cancer, never known anyone who has, so that I probably don't know a lot about it. So then it explained it more and explained it like with the science and stuff, and I was like, dude, that does make sense. That's so cool. And it was talking about how like they wanted to make like a cancer movie that wasn't one of those like about a patient like sick in bed, because you know those just make you cry. But it was like a cool metaphor. Not that cancer is cool, but it like, hold on, let me not sound stupid. It reflected cancer in a way that made you understand it and its effects even more. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment and check out the article that's in the description because it's really good. And make sure you watch this movie. And make sure you watch Mother and Midsummer. Just any movie that I recommend, just watch it. Alright. Bye. I'm so awkward.